It doesn't seem like we're going to waste a whole lot of time getting into our 50-lap main event here. Starting on the pole will be the Oxford regular Ryan Kuhn in the 6 machine, and to his outside, Michael Sturgill in the 3.
Starting row
In,
2, we do have Mr. Jackson McLean running third there. He will be on the preferred line, what he was running in qualifying and practice. Starting to his outside, EHP Racing driver Chris Johnson in the number 5 car.
inside of row number 3 will be Jim Johnson in the 39. To his outside, Kendrick Cryer starting from the 6th spot in the 7 machine.
And rounding out your field here, we do have Mr. Sean Conklin in the number 54. Starting 7th. This is a 50-lap feature, guys. Definitely going to be a wild time seeing these guys start and restart double file. Going to be interesting to see how these guys race and how these guys are able to pass each other here tonight.
I think the initial start here is going to be pretty wild because these cars obviously not attuned for pavement. Hair trigger throttles, 425 horsepower, 800 pounds with the driver on the wrong surface, and this is going to be wild, I'm pretty sure.
Definitely going to be a great event here, and this event does just kick off the Oxford 250 3-day event here. We do have the midgets tonight, guys. Tomorrow, if needed, we will have C main coverage for the super late models here at Oxford. We will definitely have the B main to lock in the field and lock in starting positions. After that, we will end the night tomorrow with a street stock demolition derby, 100-lap demolition derby. Damage is off. It's definitely going to be a great event to watch. Friday, we will have our live coverage of the super late model invert and the random gridding of the street stock feature. And then at 6:15 p.m. Eastern, we will have the street stock feature, followed by the super late models opening at 6:45 and going live with the Oxford 250 feature at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. On Friday, guys, all caught here on Warlord Gaming. So with the exception of Kuhn here, just because for some reason this guy's just figured it out. He's just dominant. Who else are you looking to maybe be a front runner? Because everyone is so close in times. It's definitely going to be interesting to see who can separate themselves.
You know, it is going to be tough because everybody is so close on times, and it's just going to be a matter of who's patient, who's consistent, who can work their way past other cars. There's a lot of factors, and it's all out of left field for everybody involved tonight.
Definitely. As we come around, we are heading into turn 1 here. Looks like we've single filed out a little bit with Ryan Kuhn taking the lead, followed by Jackson McLean and Chris Johnson. Michael Sturgill did get hung out on the outside there. So he did finally make his way to the inside. He is having to fight Sean Conklin right now for that 4th position. And then you have Jim Johnson and Kendrick Cryer rounding out the field here. Now, what do you think is going to be the best chance at passing a guy here, Andrew? It seems like these guys are all running about the same amount, same speed. Definitely going to be hard to pass. You might have to do what Sean did there and just get that run and hope you get the inside and the guy doesn't cut you off.
Pretty much, kind of like an asphalt track flat cart race almost. You might have to use that front bumper a little bit of a bump and run and move them up the track, or just wait for your competitor to make a mistake and capitalize.
Michael Sturgill has dropped to the rear of the field here. Looks like he was having a little bit of issues. He did get a little bit of a slide going on, trying to fight off Kendrick and Jim Johnson in the back. Sean Conklin working his way up. He's definitely showing some speed here as he gets around Chris Johnson. Looks like Chris just kind of rolled over for him. With these open wheel cars, you definitely don't want to have that wheel-to-wheel contact, or it's going to be not good.
No, high center of gravity, short wheelbase, and open wheels. Wheel contact's not a good thing.
Meanwhile, while we had this action in the back here, we did have Mr. Ryan Kuhn working his way out to an 8/10 gap here over Jackson McLean. It's going to be interesting to see if Jackson's going to be able to work his way back up. Tire fall off is going to be an issue, I feel. Having these soft dirt tires on asphalt, you imagine they're going to wear pretty heavily.
In a real world scenario, I would absolutely agree. And as far as iRacing goes, though, I don't know if it's really something that they account for. I don't know if iRacing sat there's like, hey, these guys are going to race dirt midgets on pavement.
Well, definitely not something they would think we were going to do. But you throw out the content and you just Joey Smith it sometimes and just come up with the craziest freaking ideas that you can find, and sometimes you have a little bit of fun with it.
I look at him getting credit on airwaves.
Right? We got to give him a little bit, okay? I torched him a little bit on the 360 broadcast, so I'll be nice to you now, Joey. Watching lap times here, Kuhn and Jackson are running almost identical lap times. That last one, Jackson actually ran faster with a 17.23 to Kuhn's 17.25. But question is that a big enough of a difference for him to actually catch Kuhn, let alone try to pass him?
If he consistently, continues to drop off and Jackson remains consistent, perhaps. But
now, the other thing that's interesting here is Chris Johnson did get back by Sean Conklin. Didn't see how... excuse me. Didn't see how Sean, if he just gave it up to him or not. But Sean was charging to the front. Wondered if he got those tires hot. What happened to let Chris just jump back up there so quickly, because we're not even halfway through this feature and we're seeing some guys already falling off.
It takes a lot to keep these cars pointed completely straight for any amount of time, and once the back end starts stepping out, you end up wheeling the thing and don't realize how much speed you're scrubbing until you go back and look at lap times.
Yeah, these are definitely a rhythm car, especially on asphalt. It's one of those that if you break that rhythm, it's gonna hurt you.
They are rhythm cars for sure, and it walking a knife edge the entire time. And once you step over it, it's sideways and tire smoke and losing a lot of speed.
Now looking back here, we have Jim Johnson and Kendrick Cryer. Watching lap times here, Cryer is a little bit faster than Conklin. He might be able to pull up, but with how close Johnson and Cryer are together, if Cryer's able to get that run, it might be Conklin losing 2 spots instead of just 1 here. Let's check back in with our leader here. Ooh, big time difference here between Ryan Kuhn and Jackson McLean on the last lap. Almost a 0.3 difference. As Jackson does pull it back in a little bit here, but the gap has worked itself out to almost 2 seconds. Definitely going to be interesting to see if Kuhn does have any fall off at all in his lap times. Doesn't look like it, as he just turns a 17.18, which is close to his best lap of the session of a 17.16. Hasn't quite hit his qualifying time yet, but as we go here, Kuhn's definitely just getting quicker and quicker as everyone else is falling off.
Oh, we saw that out of him in practice as well. The longer the practice session went, the quicker he got.
Okay, we had an issue back here. Let's go ahead and go back and take a look at that. Looks like Sean Conklin has jumped to the back. Oh, Conklin comes off 4 and just gets sideways and gets wide. Gets stuck up on that high side. And just not able to get back down. Still getting sideways, and he's just going to allow everyone to get by him here. It's like Conklin did crash as well. Driving that Got Milk midget there. Yeah, he comes off 4 and just spins it, just unable to get it going. He is now a lap down. So now rounding out the back of our field here is Mr. Jim Johnson, trying to catch Michael Sturgill Jr. and Kendrick Cryer. Kendrick is running 4th. Chris has a almost 3-second gap on Cryer there, running 3rd. With Jackson running 2nd, almost 3 seconds behind our leader, Brian Kuhn. 20 laps to go, Andrew. Do you think there's anything that, besides just a major screw-up, that could possibly make Kuhn lose this race here?
Perhaps without a late race caution, I'd say if he can keep it smooth, he's probably got it in the bag. Otherwise, no, I think everybody else is just riding around race for second place at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see if Chris Johnson's going to be able to make up, almost a 2.5 second gap on Jackson and try to get around him. It's one of those, our top 3 are really strung out here, with our back 3 being somewhat close. They're all within a second of each other. But question is Michael going to be able to get around Kendrick here? He's definitely working, watching lap times. Kendrick is a little bit quicker than Sturgill. But Jim Johnson does just run his fastest lap of the race at a 17.3. So he might be able to come back and be able to fight for 5th place. Alright, now we do have a battle for 4th there. You got Michael Sturgill looking underneath Kendrick Cryer. Kendrick's getting sideways a little bit here. Definitely going to be able to see if Kendrick can get back in that rhythm and keep it on that low line and fight off Sturgill. Kendrick Cryer runs his fastest lap, that last lap, at a 17.29. Trying to push. Sturgill is going to get that run out of 2. He does look underneath Cryer. Cryer going to give it to him, giving him a lot of space here. Does the crossover. Kendrick pushing up wide, trying to get the run. And Cryer does get the position back. This battling is letting Johnson get into this fight here. See if he's able to maybe work his way underneath Sturgill. great, exciting battle for fourth. And with 8 laps to go at the line, we're going to have Mr. Ryan Kuhn out to almost a 5-second gap. He has led every lap of the race and just said, see you later. Jackson McLean running second, doing everything he can just to hold on here and stay in second. He does have a 2-second gap on Chris Johnson in third. Then behind them, almost 4 seconds, you do have Kendrick Cryer, Michael Sturgill Jr., and Jimmy Johnson rounding out your field in a battle for fourth place. So Andrew, with the string of events going on the next couple days, what are you looking forward to the most? We do have street stocks, we have an enduro, and then we have a late models feature, a couple late model features here, a C, a B, and an A main, you know, to look forward to going through the next 3 days. Definitely going to be an exciting, you know, string of events. Which race are you looking the most forward to?
Yeah, I think all of them have their own special allure to them because, you know, like I said, all you're going to have your alphabet soup for your late models, and that's everybody's, you know, scratching and clawing their way to make it to the big dance where the money gets paid out. So those will all be good. Street stocks anywhere on a short, tight track are always wild, and you know this race is just different for multiple reasons mentioned previously. But man, I think all of them will be great. It's kind of hard to pick a favorite out of what's to come.
We definitely have had a lot of tight side-by-side racing here. We have almost gone the full race green flag. These guys have been respectful of each other in these open-wheel cars. I don't see that happening in the street stocks and the supers, though. You know, unless they
put fenders on them, and now everybody's invincible.
It's definitely going to be interesting. Mr. Ryan Kuhn, with a almost 6-second gap now, comes around and takes the checkered flag. He will be your midget feature winner, followed by Jackson McLean and Mr. Chris Johnson rounding out the field. Now, I don't see Mr. Ryan Kuhn in the Discord here, so we will try to get whoever we can here for a post-race interview. And let's start with Mr. Chris Johnson. Hey Chris, it's Ed and Andrew here in the broadcast booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, what a crazy concept dreamed up by Mr. Austin Edwards that this race was tonight.
Yes, it was very tiring, not gonna lie. It was fun though.
How difficult are these cars to really handle out here on this tight little flat track?
Well, they're difficult because you don't know when your tires are truly spinning until it's too late. So when you go to drive it in the corner, you think you could give it that little bit more throttle, and then next thing you know, you're spinning it out, and then the guy behind you is pulling up on you. So Kuhn had it down tonight. The guy's a wheelman everywhere he goes, so it was fun.
Well, congrats on your third place finish tonight, man. It was a heck of a drive for you here. You did pull a little bit, almost a 5-second gap on fourth place, but didn't look like you were able to catch the top two guys there, Mr. Jackson McLean or Ryan Kuhn.
No, as soon as Jackson heard I was gaining some time on him, he turned the nitrous bottle up. It was fun, not gonna lie. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it looked like a blast out there, man. Great drive tonight. Congrats on your third place finish.
Thank you.
All right. We will be having Mr. Jackson McLean up here, and we'll go ahead and get one of his good buddies, Mr. Andrew Thornton, to give him his post-race interview. Hey, Jackson, it's Ed and Andrew up here in the broadcast booth. You got us, buddy?
What's up?
Hey.
So, Jackson, man, a heck of a drive tonight. You started third, came home second. It was definitely an interesting race. Unfortunately, you guys seemed like you got, strung out there. Ryan had almost a 6-second gap on you there at the end. What could you have done differently to try to run with him there?
He's just extremely fast, and of course, I'm not exactly an asphalt racer, so I was driving the midget as hard as I could drive it, but I think if I would have been a lot more consistent, I probably could have stuck with him. But it is what it is. It happens.
Now, I'm not going to let you get away with that asphalt racer stuff here, because out of everybody in this session, I bet you have the most time in a dirt midget. So, asphalt or not, man, I was expecting a little bit better out of you here tonight. Definitely, it was fun watching you. Just wish you could have been up there and give Ryan a little bit more run for his money, but heck of a drive, man. Coming home second tonight. Yeah, you have a wonderful night, Jackson.
You too. Thank you.
All right, guys, and we do have Mr. Ryan Kuhn in the chat now. We'll be jumping him up here for his winning interview. Hey, Ryan, it's Ed and Andrew here in the broadcast booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Ryan, what a heck of a dominant performance tonight, man. All night through practice qualifying, you've been the fast car. I know you are a huge late model guy. What brought you to being great at Dirt Midgets on asphalt?
I don't know. It looked fun, so I kind of said, "Yeah, I'll try it," and give it a try. It was pretty fun, so I had a good time. And this setup's tough to drive, and this is really, really fun.
Is it like anything else that you've ever driven in real life at Oxford Plains Speedway?
No.
I mean, we are throwing a dirt car on asphalt here. Now, what I would have loved, I saw a video a while back of ARCA cars doing burnouts in the dirt, throwing dirt onto the track, and they did a dirt track race here at Oxford. I wish we could have done that tonight for Oxford and had a little bit more fun with the sideways action. But heck of a race tonight, Ryan. You had a almost 6-second gap on Jackson McLean, who arguably has the most dirt midget experience in general out of the whole field. And you just put on a dominant performance. It was great seeing you out here tonight, and looking forward to seeing you in the super late model feature. Are you going to also be joining us for the street stocks tomorrow as well?
I'm not sure yet. I'll have to look at my schedule, see what's going on, but possibility, and I guess we'll see.
All right, Ryan. Again, great race, great win. You have a wonderful night, man.
Thanks, you guys too. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, that does it from me and Andrew Thornton here at Oxford Plains for tonight with the Dirt Midgets. We will be back tomorrow with possibly C main action, definitely B main action, and the Street Stock Enduro. Right here live on Warlord Gaming. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.